Hey guys, Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out next week, and I am very, very excited about it. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76 Entertainment and Media. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to throw something in the tip jar, that information is below this video as well. Well, I just wanted to shoot a pre-viewing video on Spider-Man No Way Home, the latest release from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Disney. It's coming out next week, and I'm pretty excited about it based upon what I've seen from the trailers. But we're gonna go do this in a roundabout way, and I'm gonna start this discussion first with a brief, with some brief words on the Eternals. Well, as you know, the MCU's most recent offering was the Eternals, and I am in the pool of people who thought it was kind of jive, but in a recent conversation with someone, I was reminded that it is art, and it is the director's vision. And there were people who liked it, and there were people who enjoyed it. So, when every now and then I just have to be reminded that these things are art, and just because I don't like it, and just because there's a pool of people who think it's jive, and the messaging is jive, and what they did with the source material is jive, there may be a group of people who like it and who enjoy it. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. So on that same vein of staying true to the source material, I'm gonna now say a few words about Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home. So admittedly, I grew up a DC guy, so Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Shazam, those kinds of things. So as a youth, I did not have an intimate knowledge of the Marvel lore and their entire universe, aside from knowing the X-Men and Wolverine and to some degree the Avengers, kind of at a superficial level. So the MCU has been really, really instrumental in terms of me getting to know these characters and their backstories. So this Spider-Man No Way Home, this is the third movie where Tom Holland is playing Spider-Man / Peter Parker. The previous two incarnations were Tobey Maguire, or should I say they featured Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. So this is, we've gone through, this is our third Spider-Man, similar to over on the DC side now. I think we're into our fourth or fifth Batman. Tom Holland probably is my favorite, just because of his the youthfulness of the character. I think he's captured that teenage angst and that teenage insecurity and that whole teenage thing. I think he's captured that. He's captured that wit, and he's my favorite. Now, I will say, going back to my last comment about staying true to the source material, the one thing I've noticed about the Spider-Man, the Tom Holland version, is that they've altered the story. So there's one character who's been missing from the Tom Holland incarnation of the Spider-Man, and that's Uncle Ben. And Uncle Ben, if you are familiar with Spider-Man, the Spider-Man lore and the Spider-Man universe, Uncle Ben and his thoughts back to Uncle Ben and Uncle Ben's comments about with great power comes great responsibility, that's an important part of the Spider-Man story. And I don't know why they did that. I don't know what their reasoning was, but Uncle Ben has basically been erased from this version of Spider-Man, which I don't appreciate. Also, Aunt May is much younger. Aunt May, in every other depiction, is a grand motherly figure, and now Marissa Tomei, she's older, but she's still hot and attractive. So, and also they've gone for more diversity in this iteration of it. You know, you could think about MJ, Mary Jane Watson, traditionally is a redhead. Flash is your stereotypical high school football jerk slash idiot slash he's more muscle than he is brain. But they've gone with the, you know, we're kind of in this diversity thing now, and that's where they've gone with it. So while Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man of the three, I'm a bit of a traditionalist, so I like the world as it was, and I'm in favor of staying true to the source material. Before I go on, I just want to note that a couple of videos back, I shot a video on a story I read in the Washington Post entitled "What We Were Watching in 1971." One of the shows was The Electric Company, and The Electric Company had a Spider-Man skit / enactment in each of their shows, or in most of their shows. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and take a look at it, because I thought it was, well, I think everything I shoot here is worthwhile, but yeah, you should take a look back at that. So there are two main reasons I'm excited about Spider-Man No Way Home. The first is, well, I just told you that Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man out of the three that they've presented to us on the big screen. But they are pairing him up with Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. And, you know, I think that the writing, the casting, the characters, all of it, I think that's, in addition to a good story, I think that's what makes these movies, or any movie, worthwhile. And the chemistry between actors, I think, is critical. And so if you go back to Avengers Infinity War, arguably my favorite scene in that entire movie was when Tony Stark, Iron Man, and he didn't know that Peter was on the ship, but they were on Ebony Maw's ship, seeking to rescue Doctor Strange because Ebony Maw wanted the stone, the time stone, and they basically defeat Ebony Maw, who gets sucked out into space. Of course, he comes back in Endgame. That's the whole timeline thing. But there's a scene where Peter meets Doctor Strange, and he says, "I'm Peter Parker," and Doctor Strange, you know, says to Tony, "Who is this, your ward?" And he says, "Well, I'm Stephen Strange." And Peter says, "Oh, we're going with made-up names. I'm Spider-Man." And Doctor Strange looks at him like, and then he turns back to Iron Man. but it's the way that they did it. It was Tom Holland's delivery. It was Benedict Cumberbatch's seriousness, and for me, that's what sold that whole thing. Of course, Tony's standing there in the background, just kind of watching the whole thing. But that's one of the reasons why I'm excited about this movie, is that you're putting these two characters back together, and they had a really good chemistry in that movie and in that scene. So now, yeah, let's get into the other reason why I'm excited about this movie, and then I'll wrap this video up. So the other reason I'm excited about this movie is that, as I just described, we've got Doctor Strange in it. And with Doctor Strange, now you're bringing magic, you're bringing sorcery, you're bringing magic, and you're bringing sorcery, spells, all kinds of things. And as we can see from the trailer, it's Doctor Strange's involvement that's going to bring in the multiverse. And I'm excited about the multiverse being a part of this movie. So I'm sure if you're watching this, you know what a multiverse is. But it's basically when there are multiple existences and multiple worlds where you have the same character but in multiple existences in multiple worlds. We've seen this quite a few times in Star Trek. I'm thinking about the episode where Kirk and crew beam over to there's a universe where the Federation is evil and Spock has a beard and the entire crew is just upside down and twisted and evil. So that's the first time I remember seeing something like this. I think the Next Generation did it as well, and I think Deep Space Nine did some version of a multiverse, an alternate reality. DC, they're known for the Crisis on Infinite Earths, where you had multiple Supermans, multiple Flashes, multiple Wonder Womans, and they had to, I think the thing was they wanted to consolidate their universe down, so you killed off other versions of Superman or other versions of Wonder Woman. You killed off the Marvel family, those kinds of things. And so with this, it looks like what's going to happen is Doctor Strange is basically Peter's going to Doctor Strange to help solve a problem. Doctor Strange is going to use one of his spells to try to fix it, and they're opening up doorways to other worlds where the other Spider-Mans exist. So you're going to get Dr. Octopus, played by Albert Molina. You're going to get Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. You're going to get Jamie Foxx's Electro, all coming into this world where Tom Holland is Spider-Man, but they're used to, in their worlds, Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man. In their world, Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man. So all of these worlds are going to converge. This is the way that it looks, and they're building a plot around that. So I don't know how it's going to turn out, and what I'm interested to see is if they're going to bring in Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to be on screen with Tom Holland. So this is very exciting, and it looks like it's going to be cool. I hope that they've written a good story around this, and I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out. Are they going to kill him off? Are they going to do something else? Are they going to introduce more characters? The other thing I realized is that with a multiverse, this potentially, my favorite character is Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark / Iron Man. With the multiverse, now you can bring someone like Iron Man back. It's not the original or the Tom Holland Tony Stark / Iron Man, but with a multiverse, you can do creative things like bringing characters back in who were killed off. So, guys, that's what I wanted to say. That's why I'm excited about this movie next week. It's only available in theaters, and I'm noticing that the movies that are being released now, they're doing that. They're saying only available in theaters. So I'm gonna stop this video here. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Are you excited for Spider-Man No Way Home? Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to throw something in the tip jar, that information is below this video as well. Yeah, let me know what you think. And I will talk to you next time. I will do something after I see the movie. And yeah, we'll talk about how it went. Did it go well or did they blow it? So enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. And as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye. Hello all, there is one other thing. I'm trying to remember to make this announcement in all of my content. I actually have multiple platforms. I have 2 blogs and 4 YouTube channels, and I'm working on a book. So I am planning on starting a Big Words LLC newsletter. So I am going to leave the link for that newsletter below in the description box. Once you click on the link, there's an announcement, and then there's a button at the bottom of that screen that will allow you to add your email address if you're interested in joining me on this next leg of my journey as a content creator. I promise that your information won't be sold to another party, and your privacy will be respected. But I just wanted to make this announcement. I'm starting a newsletter for the Big Words LLC, and please join me if you see fit to do so. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.